Good evening. I'm Chanel, Vehicle Title Expert. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you in advance for subscribing. So if you're trading in your vehicle to a dealer and you have a balance remaining on that vehicle and the dealership has agreed to pay it off, you will want to stay tuned on this important video segment on this evening. I will be covering 3 key points that you would want to keep in mind during this type of transaction. The first thing you want to keep in mind is whatever amount that you owe your lien holder and the dealership has agreed to pay it off, make sure that it's the same amount that's going to be reflected in your purchase agreement as that payoff amount. Make sure everything matches. In the event you see an amount from that payoff amount that is not what the dealership has agreed to pay, bring it to their attention immediately because you don't want any surprises, okay? Very important. Make sure you bring that up to them and they can easily do any corrections, as needs be, okay? The second thing you want to keep in mind is be proactive. Reach out to your lien holder to see what the status is of that dealership taking care of that remaining balance. You don't want any surprises. You don't want to sit and just assume that the dealership is going to handle everything. Yes, the dealership should and is supposed to handle this transaction as they had agreed upon in terms of getting rid of that final balance, paying off that final balance for you. However, you don't know when they're going to take care of that, and you don't know if they're going to. It's not a guarantee. Sometimes dealerships go out of business, and you don't want to be sitting and waiting, because what could happen is if you're assuming the dealership is going to, take care of that transaction for you and reach out to the lien holder on your behalf, you could end up receiving, default notices and, warning notices and things of this nature that your vehicle is in the process of, getting repossessed. So you don't want that to happen. You just want to stay in communication with your lien holder to see, has the dealership reached out to them? Is the dealership doing what they're supposed to be doing to get your balance cleared out, okay? And if all goes well, as it should, get that lien holder to provide you, with proof in writing that the dealership did in fact take care of that transaction on your behalf, so you can have peace of mind and you won't have any issues pertaining to that vehicle in question. And lastly, once you trade that vehicle into the dealership, make sure that you reach out to your local DMV or your city or county offices accordingly and advise them that you did trade in that vehicle. Also give them the date of the trade-in as well, because if you reside in a state that collects personal property taxes, you don't want any surprises, pertaining to the vehicle that you traded in. You don't want DMV to be under the assumption that you still own this vehicle, and you don't want to wait for the dealership to reach out to DMV on your behalf, because they may not. Okay, so again, in this aspect as well, you want to be proactive. So if you are trading in your vehicle to a dealership, and especially if there is a lien on that vehicle and the dealership is going to pay off, make sure you keep these points in mind. If you want to share your experience pertaining to this type of situation, or you want more guidance, feel free to drop me a line below or visit me at wisdomandauthority.com. Thank you for tuning in. Please click share and subscribe. I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.